the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Denver Nuggets as they go up against the Hornets out in Charlotte. Checking out the Hornets, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And no longer a secret weapon, Nikola Jokic. Kenny, for those who love great passing, he's something special to watch.
Yes, he is. Best playmaking big man at the 5 spot, period. I'm going to go out there. Playmaking. Surprises even his teammates with his passes at times.
Also, Kenny, dangerous shooter. Sees the game at a different level.
Yeah, he's good. No Jokic. No Jokic.
No Jokic.
It's like, no
Get it?
joke.
No joke, no Jokic. Stock brokerage. He kills himself.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's the East versus West, where the Charlotte Hornets will be looking to make a statement. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season. Home court advantage played a part in last year's season series. Each team took their home game in a 1-1 split.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Very difficult to imagine it'll be much different this season. These teams still appear to be very closely matched, each with talent to be competitive, but not necessarily elite.
Very little locked in at this point, Brent, but sometimes it feels like the best teams are just waiting for the playoffs to begin.
Well, there's always this idea about building up for the playoffs, and I think over the past 5 or 6 seasons, most of the talk that we have is about those teams being as healthy as they possibly can be. And I think that's the time in the season we're at now, Kevin. Make sure that everybody is 100% ready to go, not just mentally, but physically.
And the coaches got to keep their focus, though, right?
Process maybe in the last 15 games of the season to try to ramp things up so that guys feel ready to go once the end of the regular season comes.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. Murray and Harris, the guards. And it's Porter in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Rozier. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. Monk with the ball, picked up by Harris. Shot clock at 5. They get a hand on it. On the wing, Porter. They grab their own miss. Here's Murray. That's tipped. About 1 minute into the first quarter. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap.
Yeah, the defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Murray dishes to Harris. For the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Well, most of the time, guys come off the bench and just try to stabilize. Tonight, they got some serious points, and when you're on the road, it gives you unanticipated advantages.
And here are the Hornets now, following the 3-point attempt by Jamal Murray. The shot by Monk is no good. Porter against Batum. And that one's good. Millsap.
Hey, look over the defense. You find an opportunity inside the lane. That's good work by Paul Millsap.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Rozier kicks to Monk. The pass to Batum. The 9-foot shot. And yes, it's good. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
Nick Batum, a versatile swingman out of France, a solid shooter and able to create for himself and his teammates.
Yeah, Jokic in a smart place there, collects the offensive rebound, very alert, and cleans up the mess.
And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Batum scanning the floor. Pass to Rozier. Clock at 6. Lays it up off the glass. And for Batum, a steady vet, but a huge contract.
Yeah, and that infamous summer of 2016 with the cap spike. I mean, he's a capable starter, but 5 years, $120 million, boy, that's a pretty penny.
Rozier with the steal. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. That ties it up.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Murray against Rozier. Murray kicks to Harris, takes the 3, gets it to go from beyond the arcs.
Well, the confidence that Gary Harris is playing with right now, he is ready to shoot once that ball touches his mitts.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And such a great shooting stroke for Gary Harris. Brent, starting to become a guy who can create as well for others.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has a score-first mentality, but he's capable of doing that, and he's really about the team. He really does whatever it is that the staff is asking of him. He's surrounded by some good young talent, and he seems to fit right in with everything that goes on top of the responsibilities that Mike Malone gives him.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for ABC. Bridges, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Allen subbed in for Terry Rozier. Now here's Zeller. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. And he gets the bucket.
And Monk's just got a good feel for kind of how to exploit the defense, especially about how quickly he gets his shot off after getting the pass.
Beasley against Allen. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tony Allen. That is his first foul of the game. Grant with the ball. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Shoots over Bridges.
And I think Bridges has some real upside defensively. He's strong, athletic, and able to guard multiple positions. And that's what every team is looking for.
Here's Monk. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
Barton surveying the floor. The shot from the low post is good. Barton's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Will Barton looks comfortable there down on the inside with the shot.
Beasley against Allen. Pass to Monk. Shoots over Barton. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Now here's Barton. He had 16 points in the win against Orlando.
Loved his passing tonight as well. He was just cutting the defense to pieces out there.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
And so here's Charlotte. The Nuggets getting the bucket. 6 on the shot clock. Bridges kicks to Monk. A 3-ball. Plumlee with the rebound. And so it's Barton bringing it up for Denver. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against Orlando.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
And a very good all-around effort here, and that's what you need to win on the road.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Nuggets on top, up by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, they're attacking the rim in more than one way, and with that kind of success, you feel like the defense is going to make the adjustment. Then you start playing inside out.
Williams is down low with Zeller. Monk is out there with Allen, and it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 slot. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. Now here's Kid Gilchrist, 11 points last game, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. The Hornets shooting their first free throw of the night here. Terry Rozier's checked in for Monk.
Tony Zeller. One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Zeller. With today's superstars often joining forces, Brent, we hear some retired legends saying they wanted to beat their rivals, not join their rivals. What do you think?
I saw a lot of joining going on from some of the guys who make those comments, Kevin. So that sort of stuff just eludes me as to where it's coming from. This league has always been dominated by teams that have at least two, if not 3, upper echelon
superstar
players that end up winning titles. So it's happening now. It happened then. It will continue to happen.
Here's Rozier after the basket by Will Barton.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Charlotte making some changes. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Zeller. ABC comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Batum in for Allen. Millsap, and it falls over the rim and in. Millsap's got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Rozier against Murray. Williams' shot is off. Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter.
And in a win-or-go-home scenario last year, the Nuggets lost their final regular season game. They missed out in the playoffs for the 5th season in a row. I don't see that happening this year. I think they'll be there.
Here's Rozier following the basket by Jokic. Passes to Batum. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Brooklyn, a terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season as we all know. And of course the Hornets, 6 games out.
And I think for Charlotte, they've had a nice run here to start the season. Up there near the top of the standings and looking like they're comfortable.
No doubt about that. It hasn't taken them any time to announce that they're a different team this year, one that's ready to take the next step and join the ranks of playoff contenders.
And talking about the Nuggets, despite how last year ended, this is a young team on the rise for sure.
Yeah, there are a number of guys that took significant strides last year, and they're certainly an exciting team to watch. The Nuggets may hit their peak just as other teams in the West may be coming down. You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, some good interior crucial points here as Murray's staying active in the paint.
The pass to Hernan Gomez. Back to Rozier. Charlotte moving it around. Murray against Batum. Over Murray. Off the left rim and out. The Nuggets leading by 4. Harris looking it over. Pass to Murray. He kicks to Porter. Jokic inside. The shot's good. Jokic has got 4 points this quarter.
Not going to intimidate Jokic at that range. His focus tonight, razor sharp.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Pass to Batum. Back to Rozier. Over in the corner, Williams. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Millsap, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Millsap's got 6 points. Hornets trail by 6.
Well, Jamal Murray, you can't start much younger than Jamal did. At age 3, he reportedly could play basketball for hours on end. Where's the nap time, Kevin? Where is the nap time?
Charlotte calls timeout. There really isn't a time in Murray's life that he wasn't great at this game.
No, in Canada, just such a great career in Ontario. Played alongside, actually, Thon Maker. And then 1 year at Kentucky. Who doesn't have 1 year at Kentucky? Drafted 7th overall. And what an amazing fit that he's still pointing up and improving. One of the game's more deadly shooters right now.
Zeller, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Bridges comes in for Marvin Williams. And Monks subbed in for Rozier. And Denver with a change here too. Beasley's checked in. Now here's Batum. He had 13 points in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And that one's good by Porter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Zeller kicks to Monk. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. 8 points for him.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Now here's Murray. He had 16 points in the win against Orlando.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
Monk with the ball. He's covered by Murray. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Monk.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Now here's Murray. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Goes up at the stripe. The Hornets pull it in.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Barton passes to Jokic, and Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
6 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jokic. A second chance effort, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
Well, you like to finish things on a positive note, and he times that one beautifully.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nuggets lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over-dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. For the Nuggets, Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, they've been pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
And Big Fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was first rate. They were always working hard to get good looks. That can't change in the second half. They need to be just as well organized as they have been so far.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
The scene at night here in Uptown Charlotte, where we welcome you back to the action. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One guy who's been getting it done is Malik Monk.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
Talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things, rotations and playing angles and having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end, and 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Murray and Harris, the guards. Millsap and Jokic, the pair inside. And it's Porter at the small forward.
I tell you, Monk can fill it up in a hurry. Well, once he gets on fire, the D knows they're going to be in for a long night.
Now here's Murray. Jokic kicks to Murray. Count the basket.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. 4-point game. Passes it to Washington. Batum against Porter. Here's Hernangomez. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Jokic.
A second-round pick who relies on instincts and a little bit of size. Hernangomez, actually a pretty good free throw shooter.
First trip to the line for him here. And he makes the first. Williams, he's checked in for Charlotte. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for the Nuggets. He hits both from the stripe. Denver in the lead. Murray kicks to Jokic. Over Hernangomez. And it's Denver scoring again.
Mid-range game as Jokic spotted himself up and drilled that one.
And for Jokic, just keeps getting better, Brent, but always stays very grounded in terms of his personality.
Yeah, I think his brothers had a lot to do with that. You just don't see the big ego coming out of him. In fact, you see a guy who's enjoying the game. He smiles, he's laughing with teammates, he enjoys being with this group and around this coaching staff, and he went as far as to say that he plays every game as a game of pickup basketball in his hometown. I need to travel over there and get in that game.
Here's Grant following the score by Charlotte. 6 to shoot. Harris outside. Doesn't go for him. And Charlotte will come the other way. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Millsap with the steal. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Grant kicks to Jokic. Back to Grant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Millsap has the open look. It's good from long range. Millsap's got 9.
A reliable three-point shooter as his career has gone on. Much different than his early days in Utah.
And the Hornets call time here. Jeremy Grant out of Syracuse, the rare second-round pick, Brent, who's gotten steady NBA minutes throughout his young career.
Yeah, interesting minutes last year in OKC where he started to make a big difference, actually playing off the bench at the 5 spot and taking advantage with his quickness and athleticism on the roll. I look at a vet like Richard Mbamute, an elite defender, as a guy he might be able to emulate, but more so from the 5 position.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Marvin Williams. Bridges is checked in for ABC. And Allen subbed in for Rozier. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Hernan Gomez comes in for Paul Millsap. Beasley's checked in for Harris. And Barton subbed in for Murray. Now here's Barton after the miss from Malik Monk. Now Barton, looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. From 15 feet away, no good from Grant.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
The shot by Monk is no good.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
And that one is good by Beasley.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Nobody near Allen. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And looking at that Lakers matchup, it's never easy going up against the top team in the West. But if they're able to come away with the win, it's going to be a huge confidence booster.
And that one's good, Barton.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Bangs home the trifecta. 19 points for Malik Monk.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Over in the corner, Allen. The pass to Monk. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Beasley outside. It's Barton on the wing. Over Monk. Off the mark. And so it's the Denver Nuggets in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back right after this. Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Let's build on it. Let's build on that quarter. No let up. Great defense, okay? That's who we are.
Mike Malone citing the terrific D, wanting his guys to stay in character and keep pressing.
Yeah, they're feeling their oats right now. Can they take it up, though, another level? Let's find out.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Batuma's out there with Allen. Then it's Bridges. And it's Zeller in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Will Barton. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
6'6", 175. That's one wily athlete. Will Barton, tough to guard, given his height and his speed.
All free throws good from Barton. Hornets trail by 11. Allen outside. Pass to Batum. Fires top of the key. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Nuggets leading by 11. Knocked away. And Allen with the block. And they get it back. Porter kicks to Beasley. Second chance shot. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Man, Jokic is making all kinds of plays here tonight. Very aggressive on the offensive end.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. Now Bridges. He's guarded by Plumlee. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Some changes for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Zeller. ABC comes in for Kidd-Gilchrist. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Bridges. The Nuggets also changing it up. Paul Millsap's checked in for Plumlee. And Murray subbed in for Will Barton. Charlotte calls timeout. You know, watching Miles Bridges, he just brings so much energy to the team.
High motor guy, very aggressive. A bit of a tweener, which in a positionless world could be a good thing. Explosive, strong, athletic. I think his best basketball is ahead of him.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. James Borrego had some words for his team over the break. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Shot clock at 5. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
This is where Willie does his best work. As I say, Kevin, he's Willie good inside.
That's right, Brent. Murray, the pass to Beasley. Out to the right wing. Here's Jokic. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Porter kicks to Murray. Passes it to Jokic from downtown. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
Now here's Allen. 13 feet away. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And that one's good by Porter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Batum against Porter. Batum finds Hernan Gomez. Kicks it out to Allen. Count it. Good.
Tony Allen with the bucket.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Millsap. Beasley trying to break free. And it's Millsap. That time on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 5 assists tonight. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by 16. Jokic with the steal. Here's Murray. He kicks it to Beasley. Now the pass to Jokic. 5 to shoot. Here's Beasley. It's deflected. Rozier looking around. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And you can bet they weren't expecting that kind of a flashy move out of him, but that spin worked to perfection.
And the Hornets making a change here. Monk's checked in, and Denver with a change here too. Gary Harris is checked in for Beasley.
Shooting one.
That's good from Rozier. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter. The Nuggets leading by 13. And here's Porter. Kicks it to Murray. Pass to Jokic. Over Hernan Gomez. Jokic, no good.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Rozier, the pass to Hernan Gomez.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2, Willie Hernan Gomez.
2.
That free throw missing. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Denver.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Free throw good. Porter. And great with Michael Porter, combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability. He's a rare prospect.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's lists. Had the back injury in his only year of college, but everyone knew what he could do when given the chance.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 16. There's a minute left in the game. now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Fades away, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. Harris outside. Clock at 6. The shot missing. Excellent D there from Allen. Here's Bridges. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Nuggets now on offense. They lead by 14. To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. To the inside. Allen. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Barton outside. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy in, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.